What is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Gucci Hot 3 long face skinny body, and we are back, still black with some more fire Boruto anime manga content. Now before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button, my guys and gals, and let's hop right into the business. Yes sir, ski.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
So Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 1, not only did it take the internet by storm, right? Not only did it do that, but it started brewing up a whole lot of discussions and a whole lot of interesting topics. Now, one of the main things that I see people, getting their panties in a bunch or their britches in a patch. I don't know what I'm just saying, but I said it. You know what I'm saying? Stitch my pants and call me patchy. But if Boruto didn't use his JOUGAN in Chapter 1, then I don't know what he used. All seriousness, though, did Boruto activate his JOUGAN in Chapter 1 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex? Now, we're not talking about Chapter 1 of the series, the famous, infamous chapter, I'm going to send you where I sent the Lord 7th Hokage. Kawaki, did you really have to? No, I'm talking about Code getting stomped the yard, stepped on his face. I'm talking about Sarada coming out here, big dripped out, letting Shikamaru know, yo, it's been Team Naruto and it's forever going to be Team Naruto. I'm talking about that first chapter. I'm talking about the sauce that's been going down, the invasion of the Hidden Leaf with numerous clog arms. At the very least, another year worth spent of making clog arms, because Code has been chasing Boruto for 2 years. Boruto has been out the village for 3. So what has he been doing for that 1 year? My guy Code has been making more clog arms, as opposed to it took him a couple of days to reach 1,000. So how many do you think we have now? We saw the 2 random ass shinobis talking like it's already rumored he has several thousand. Several is more than a few, and a few is more than 1 or 2. So like, we're 3, 4, 5, maybe even 10. Like I said in previous videos, he better be stacking them Johns, right? As opposed to everything that has occurred, what are all of the signs that indicate Boruto used his JOUGAN, and what are all of the signs that indicate Boruto actually didn't use his JOUGAN? Me? Do I care either way? No. Why? Because I believe the story is going to touch up on either A or B, whether it's Boruto flying or Boruto using his eye powers. However, he got there randomly and all of a sudden, suddenly in the Hidden Leaf village, right in front of the situation that Sarada was placed in. But either way, I feel like that story is going to explore or touch on that fact or on the matter. But it's really interesting to try to break down and dive deeper into the analysis that we've gotten with the first chapter of TBV, so we can have a better understanding. One of the first things they did in the chapter is show us that, yes, this guy Kawaki can fly. Not only can he fly, it's such a normal thing that to the point where he doesn't think about it. People like Mitsuki don't think about it. People like the Claw Marks Squadron or the Code Squadron, who's in charge of checking all the sectors for codes, claw marks, or just looking after for any signs that Code is infiltrating. They don't think anything about it. So Kawaki's just out here flying. You know what I'm saying? No Airlines Delta, because I'm the only person with a ticket for that passenger seat. You feel me? Can move. So they made it a point to show us that, and then also they made it a point to let us know Boruto suddenly appeared from the sky above Code's position. Now, there's a couple of things that we can take from that sentence, but the 2 key words that I want to focus on for the premise of this video is suddenly and the sky. Not like including the word the, even though I said 3 words technically, but suddenly and sky. How does that indicate Boruto showed any type of inclinations of using his JOUGAN? Why is it such a frenzy going on in the community? Everybody's saying JOUGAN's confirmed, JOUGAN this, and why is other half of community saying y'all are really just reaching for any small, slither of hope that indicates the JOUGAN is there and prevalent for us? It's very valid arguments on both sides, and I'm gonna just sit here and be 100% real with y'all. I'm an advocate for letting things unfold for how they unfold, regardless of what I vouch for or vote for. So, you know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be Team Uchiha, it's always gonna be Team this, it's always gonna be me voting for that. But at the end of the day, I want the story to unfold organically as possible and how it's supposed to or intended to. So does that mean, side note, if Sasuke dies, am I gonna be like, I might be like for like a couple days, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna still be back up here uploading videos, RIP. At that point, it's gonna be lit, because then I can start wearing Sasuke on a shirt, you feel me, showing respect to my dead homies. But all of that aside, I can't actually say whether I believe Boruto used his JOUGAN or whether I believe he don't, because if I'm being real, I don't know what I even think, but I do know for a fact it's justifiable for both, and it's either A or B. So either Boruto flew really fast while erasing his chakra signature and then dropped on Code, which would be even wilder because Code wouldn't be able to sense him, but at least looking up and like, damn, you can see the nigga's shadow. You feel me? Like, wow, there go Boruto. Or he used his JOUGAN to open the teleportation portal and drop suddenly. Now, one of the things that support the JOUGAN, let's just hop into the discussion in terms of breaking it down. How does it support JOUGAN, right? We've seen the episodes where we see Boruto and his classmates are looking for Boruto. First of all, before we even get to that explanation, because it's probably the best and most perfect example for this situation, we understand the powers of the JOUGAN. Censoring abilities is on a whole nother level, astronomically way even better than Kurama's sensing abilities that Naruto was benefited from having the nine tails inside of him, which was stated. And not only censoring abilities, but abilities to be also able to, you know, connect or open to Otsutsuki dimensions. And we've seen this firsthand versus Urashiki, where he's able to predict where Urashiki's coming from, because not only can he see it right before it happens, but he can also visualize the portal or the dimension that Urashiki will be coming through, right? So kind of like precognition in a way similar to the Sharingan, but also even prior to that, in situations where we see Boruto is stuck in another dimension, in terms of being in the New Age dimension or somewhere outside of the Hidden Leaf, he's able to, upon focusing and actually trying, you know, pinpoint similar or familiar. I won't know how to describe it exactly, but we're going to settle with similar or familiar in terms of his comrade chakra signatures, being able to sense them, locate them, and go exactly to that location. So when Shika died and Inojin was out there calling for Boruto during the whole incident back in the Academy days or Genin days, one of the two, not like they're still Genin now because they are, but back in those younger days, right, we see not only Boruto first, he starts to hear his name being screamed, and he's in a whole separate dimension. So he's listening for his friends, and he can hear his friends. So not only did he hear them, right, but then upon hearing them, he starts to even double down and focus. Now he can see them and see where they're at, and they're actually calling for him. So now Boruto's whole thing was, oh, that's where I want to go. And what does he do? He suddenly drops from the sky. And one of the things that Shikara or Inojin, I'm not sure which one, points out is like, Boruto, why did you suddenly fall above from the sky, right? So we can definitely connect those two dialogues and dialects right there in terms of Boruto suddenly appearing from the sky above Code's position. And we understand that the JOUGAN in dimension traveling compared to the Karma is much faster, whereas the JOUGAN can not only clearly make the location that you are trying to travel to transparent, because Boruto was able to see where he wanted to go before even going there, as opposed to the Karma or even Sasuke's traveling dimension, where you open a portal and you got to walk through a black hole and then you end up where you need to go. So Boruto is able to transparently see the locations that he's trying to travel to if he's going to be using his JOUGAN to dimension travel. So that can also add into the factor of how he was suddenly able to appear above Code and Code's position, taking away from the fact, negating the fact of chakra detection, signature erasure, that ability, because we know it can definitely come in handy in terms of Boruto having the element of surprise on his side. But the way that the JOUGAN operates, it seems much more fitting in terms of Boruto being able to instantly access a location just based off of the abilities and, you know what I'm saying, capabilities that his JOUGAN poses. Now, that point alone is actually probably the most solidified point that'll justify Boruto actually using his JOUGAN in this chapter. Anything further, I wouldn't say so much as to be a reach, but you're gonna have to really drive deeper into the connections and meanings and find parallels or ways that it, you know what I'm saying, connects to the first chapter of TVV and Boruto's dojutsu abilities ultimately. So we know that other than the dimension traveling, all of these other things, another ability Boruto would be able to have is flight. And the simple scenario would be Boruto erased his chakra signature and suddenly flew. Now, we know that despite that, Kawaki in this same chapter said, regardless of Boruto being able to erase his signature, he can't hide from his eye. And the panel specifically showed us, right, Boruto first landing on Code and then Kawaki reacting. So it goes to say that suddenly was very much sudden. So if Boruto was to erase his chakra signature, that just means Kawaki was just talking big for no reason, because you literally said it doesn't matter if he can erase his chakra signature. I'll be able to sense him. He can't hide from my eye. But we see Boruto caught everybody in the village by surprise, including Kawaki. We can tell by his facial reaction. He reacted the minute he made contact with Code. The minute that the sensory unit was able to relay, yo, That's Boruto's chakra signature. It's a match. Kabuki reacted at that exact same time. So we understand it's kind of a reach to say definitively Boruto flew and erased his chakra signature and landed above Code. And also it's still going to be a reach to say definitively, don't forget that word I'm using, guys, definitively, that Boruto used his JOUGAN and appeared right above Code's location. But either or, I believe that for a fact it was one of those two ways that it occurred, because Boruto suddenly came out of nowhere. Nobody expected it and nobody saw it coming. And even the guy who claims that when Boruto even erases his chakra signature, I'll still be able to sense him, was caught off guard or caught by surprise by Boruto's said appearance, it kind of leans in the JOUGAN's favor. But then again, you know how all of these turns, plot twists, and elements of surprise that the Boruto story in the manga especially has taken and given us throughout the years. So I'm one to say I'm definitely going to hold back on any definitive answers. We're just going to see how things roll out in chapter 2 in order to better understand the situation. Okay, is Boruto put in a situation where we see him activated dojutsu? Does it somehow confirm off panel or on panel, whether it be Boruto there or Boruto not being there? Someone confirming, okay, if he would have flown, we would have known. Or Kawaki saying, if he would have erased his chakra signature, I still would have sensed him. So how did he do that? Then we can add a little bit more to it. But as of right now, I would say confidently it's most likely 50-50. I don't believe it's completely out of the way, like Boruto definitely didn't use his JOUGAN, but I don't want to say he definitely did. And it's highly likely that he most likely flew and erased his chakra signature. But the only thing that can contradict that is Kawaki's statements earlier on in the chapter. It's your boy Black Uchiha 3. Let me know how y'all feel. Did Boruto actually activate his JOUGAN in chapter 1 of 2 Blue Vortex? Holla at your boy. I'ma holla at y'all until my next video. Yes, sir. Ski Black Uchiha out.
Hey, can we take a trip to the sky? Show them that our limit's too high.
Cocoa butter hips on the waistline. She said